Hey guys, welcome back to my Project Life videos. If you've seen some of them before, the first video is the intro to the album and some of the supplies, and then it also talks about Houston and Galveston, our first trip of the year. And then the second video talks about San Francisco and California. And the third video talks about Savannah, Georgia. So today I'm going to talk about Nashville. And this is a trip that we took in July, over the 4th of July weekend and my birthday weekend. And it was a pretty short trip, so it's not going to be a very long spread, but we had a good time. We saw some interesting things. So this first page is a double cats, a double 4x6, and the second page is a quadruple 3x4 pocket. This top picture, I didn't do anything to it. It's just a picture from this estate at Cheekwood, and it had this really beautiful wisteria arbor, and it just looked like it was from a fairy tale, so I really wanted a picture of it. I didn't want to add anything to it. The second picture is from our dinner one night, and I don't really remember the name of the restaurant that we ate at, but we enjoyed it, and had been raining, and we were pretty tired, and we'd basically taken too many trips in a row, if I'm being honest, and so we were just happy to sit down and kind of relax a little bit. And so on this piece of grid paper, I wrote om nom nom, and this doesn't happen a lot. I don't write a lot of words, as I stamp most of it, so it's a little bit different than what you've been seeing. But I just kind of put it in the middle and tiny attached it here to the side. The state die cuts, if you've been watching the other videos, I got those on clearance and I couldn't pass them up, and so I kind of have a hard time figuring out where to put them, and for the California one I decided to put it on a tag on the first set of pages. So I ended up doing the same thing for this spread. Cats again. So I got this tag at Target, and I think it's another U Brands tag. Oh my gosh, cats again. Spraying cats. Okay, so it's U Brands from Target, and it has polka dots here. It's just kind of a ivory and black. I went ahead and just stuck this Tennessee State outline on there, and then on the back I didn't really know what to do with it, but I had this VW Bug sticker, which is the closest, or stamp, which is the closest stamp I have to something about a road trip, which is kind of weird. I think there's a road trip set that I don't have that I should probably get, because I feel like the stamps would be pretty applicable to my albums, but anyway, it fit there, so I added it. And then I added the dates. If you've been watching the other videos as well, you'll know that I've been putting the dates on there, and I've tried to put them in pretty inconspicuous spots so they don't stick out like a sore thumb, but this is the Heidi Swap date stamp that has the month written out in sort of a script font. So even though these didn't come out perfect, I think, you know, it achieves what I want it to. And I think it looks kind of cool being messy sometimes. On the second page here, I have a picture of, we got a sundae at Sprinkles and we shared it. And we like Sprinkles because we don't have one here, so whenever we travel we try to get one. And I added that same washi tape that I've been using. It's from Target. No, it's not. It's from, sorry, my cats are driving me crazy. It's from Hobby Lobby, and it has plus signs that are black and copper, and I've used it throughout the whole album, and it's gonna be pretty much gone by the time that I'm done with it, so I probably won't get to use it for anything else, but that's okay. And then I stamped We Ate This, which is from another Kelly Perky travel set, and I tiny attached it on there. The second picture is from the Loveless Cafe, and it's this home style, old-fashioned kind of dinner, lunch, breakfast spot that we visited the first time we went to Nashville, and so we decided to go back, and they have you know, tons of things with gravy, and their biscuits are really famous, and so so we wanted to go back, and I went ahead and just typed this in PowerPoint again. It just says the Loveless Cafe, and that's all caps, and the font is elephant, same as in all my other videos. This bottom picture, a lot of these pictures are just going to be food, but this bottom picture is from Hattie B's Hot Chicken, so I typed Hattie B's Hot Chicken, and the bottom font here is quicksand, all caps. Hot chicken is really great if you haven't had it before. It's basically fried chicken, but it's a little bit spicy, and you can choose how spicy you want it to be, but it's just delicious. And so that was another place we'd visited on our first trip that we had to go back to. And I ended up asking them if they had any business cards or anything, because at that point in time I had started this album and I wanted something to put in it. And they were like, well, no, not really. And then they started looking, and they had, all of a sudden he'd handed me like a magnet and a sticker and a to-go menu and like another sticker. He just handed me all this stuff, and so I ended up putting this in the album. It's I think it's just their to-go menu. So it really just is the, you know, the hot chicken to-go menu, and so I just folded it in half, and then it fit perfectly in this spot. And I like the way it looked because it wasn't super crazy, and it goes a little bit better with it just being the craft paper instead of like bright red or whatever. And then you'll see the back of this paper clip, which you can see when we flip the page over. This, I think, is one of my favorite spreads in the entire album. I really love the way that this turned out. There's the double, or the quadruple 3x4, and then you'll see that I've stuck a card in here. And then on the other side, there's a double 3x4 with a 4x6 at the bottom. So I really do think this is one of my favorite spreads in the whole album. This first picture is from Jenny's, which is an ice cream place that we'd wanted to try the first time we went to Nashville, but we didn't get a chance to, and so we went on this trip, and it was just really fun and pretty. So we took a picture, and Casey really loves ice cream, so we try to go try ice cream places when we travel. So I just put some of that washi tape there, and then stamped dessert from one of Kelly Perky's kits, and stamp sets, excuse me, and then I tiny attached it there. The second one is from our brunch one day, and it was just okay. So that's another example of like how you don't have to love the thing that you have a picture of in your book. If it works, then it works, and you don't really have to worry about it. I feel like the pancake was really good, and then the rest of the food was just alright. But I did that thing again, which I don't know what it's called, but I've been calling it horizontal blocking, and typed out brunch that way. And I did that in PowerPoint as well. This bottom one, I just left the other side of the Hattie B's takeout menu in here because it's a good neutral background, and then I put in the business card from Jenny's Ice Cream in here. And again, it's orange, and I don't have a ton of orange, but I think it still works. And then I found these really cute ice cream cone paper clips at Hobby Lobby that I just love, and I just of course had to put that here, and I think it looks really nice there. This last picture on this page is a picture of me, and it was taken outside of Draper James, which is Reese Witherspoon's store. The store itself is really preppy, so it doesn't specifically fit my style, but it was fun to go in and see it, and it's really well curated, and you walk in and they give you a cup of sweet tea, and so it was fun to visit. And it's also cool because outside they paint all the walls the colors of the store, which are kind of this bright light blue and white stripes. So it was really fun. And Casey was taking pictures of me out there, and then it started raining, and so this picture is actually just as it's starting to rain. You can kind of see the sprinkles on the ground here, but I just look really happy because it's kind of surprising when it starts raining on you. Anyway, yeah. So then this postcard, when we were at Jenny's, they had a bunch of postcards in the front, and we always send postcards when we travel, and we now send, I think, 30 some postcards every time we go on a trip. So we try to pick up a handful everywhere we go, and we asked at Jenny's if we could have like how much they were, and they said, oh, they're free, take as many as you want. which is really unusual. Usually postcards are around $2 a piece. So yeah, so we were surprised and we took a lot. And then this actually is not a postcard, but it was with the postcards. It's a recipe for a sundae, and anyway, it was just really pretty, and so I wanted to add it in here, and it also really worked with their business card color wise. And I don't know, maybe someday we will make this sundae, but I just like having it in here because I think it looks nice. It's another way to use a paper memento that you don't have a spot for specifically. This side I have, this picture here is from Lova's Cafe again, and it was my birthday, so Casey, usually when we're somewhere on my birthday and they happen to have crayons at the restaurant, he will like draw me like a birthday sign. So here he is drawing out my birthday sign, which is really sweet, so I just wanted a picture of that in here. The second picture is from a place called 5 Points Pizza, and we really love pizza, and I think we went there twice, but they have these garlic knots that were really good, and so we shared those, and so I just typed garlic knots. It seemed worthy of it having its own slot in this album. And the bottom picture here is from this bookstore called McKay's, and it's a huge used bookstore. And if you follow my blog or anything else, you know that I love to read, and especially in the past year I've been reading a lot. And so I typed in The Stuff of Bookish Dreams at the bottom of this, and it's quicksand is the font, because it was just awesome. It was just absolutely gigantic, and they have several in Tennessee, and so I may even go back someday if we're close by, but I bought a lot of books while we were there, so that was fun. The last section here of the Nashville trip is just this last page, so this is actually going to be my Vegas spreads over here. But on our way home, since this was a road trip when we went to Nashville, we stopped in Metropolis, Illinois on the way back because they have the Super Museum, which is dedicated to Superman. And I was just getting kind of stir crazy on the way home, and I thought, okay, let's stop at this kitschy little place, and it ended up being this really fun museum. You know, it only cost like $5 to go in, and they had like a huge Superman statue and just a ton of, it basically seems like somebody has spent their life collecting Superman memorabilia and toys and everything that could possibly be Superman and putting it into a museum. And so it's kind of crazy, but it was really fun, and I needed to get out of the car, so it was really nice. So this first picture just says Super Museum, Metropolis, Illinois, and the second one I didn't do anything to, and the third one I just typed the a super collection, because that's basically what it was, a Simmons collection. So that is all from Nashville. Next time, as you can see, I'll be showing you my Vegas spreads, which I'm not quite done with, so we'll see when that happens. But thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I hope you have a great day.